Real Life Street Stars, man. We got us the legend back in the building. We are here for another one.
What
the
up?
Legendary,
What up?
legendary Troy Marshall, man.
What's happening?
How much more money you been getting, man? You in the green Sachi
Listen,
suit, man.
listen. Let me tell y'all something. Since I did y'all interview, man, my DM's been on the blow up. So I really appreciate the love and support out there with y'all giving me with y'all channel.
Man, now one thing I will say, yes, a lot of people who probably weren't acclaimed to you has come to our channel. We have a lot of young cats who was there. They're like, man, who is this guy? But you gave him so much game early on that they're tuned all the way in.
Good.
Man, how, like, when you see things like that, as far as where the younger generation just isn't acclimated to what everything that you've done or people like you have done, do you feel it's a fault of you or to the younger generation to not?
No, it's a fault to the internet. Okay, because they look at the internet and they go on the internet and they think that whatever they see on the internet is the end all be all.
Yes.
Right. And then when they get with a professional like myself or like yourself and you really break down some things to them in your profession, they're like, oh man, I never thought of it that way. Oh, I didn't know that. There's a young lady here tonight. She's trying to give her music to some of our people here at 1501.
Yeah.
And and the first thing I asked her is, well, how many songs you got put out? Oh, I only got a couple of songs put out. I said, well, you're approaching the label, you trying to get a deal, you don't have any songs out. Even with her YouTube channel, she didn't have over, the 10,000 mark on subscribers. I said, hey, I'm gonna give you a piece of advice. Hide your subscribers. Because a lot of the consumers, a lot of people are groupies. So if they see you got less than 1,000 subscribers, they're most likely not going to follow you. But if you hide your subscribers and they just go off of the content that's on your channel and they like the content, they're most likely going to follow you. So again, when you give them that type of knowledge, but again, a lot of them don't know. Just like I told her, I said, did you know Facebook owns Instagram? And she goes, no, I didn't. I said, well, how could you not know? If you log out of Instagram and come back on, the first thing it says, powered by Facebook.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying? So again, it's just the generation paying attention. That's what it is.
So, I'm glad you're here, man, because, I feel like everything you're saying, of course, is proven. And again, this is things that, the younger generation needs to know. So I want your opinion as far as when people buy views, buy followers, and basically, I don't want to say tricking the algorithm, but giving that facelift when you go on and you look at somebody. What would you say is the gift and curse of doing that for new artists who look to do that?
you don't want to do the bot thing. Like if you're thinking about doing the bot thing, stop that. Don't do that at all. Right? Now, there are advertising campaigns you can do with some of the platforms. Spotify has Spotify ads. YouTube has Google AdWord campaign, right? Here's the trick with the Google AdWord campaign though. They have to accept your video so you can get a higher click rate, right? So make sure you don't have, the weapons or the weed smoking or the gang signs or, or the girls' booties just all out throughout the video. Those videos usually don't get accepted.
We learned the hard way.
Now, you have your futures, you have your bigger artists. Yeah, they can probably slide through, but again, they're not already established artists, right? Let's take Young Blue, for instance. You're Still Mines. If you look at that video, it's a female-driven video. Pretty girls in there. He has a dope car in there, has a great concept. So of course it's at 50, 60 million views because it got accepted to get its highest click rate ratio possible on the YouTube when they did the Google AdWord campaign. But again, buying Spotify ads, buying Apple Music ads, buying YouTube ads is no different than McDonald's buys advertising on TV to advertise McDonald's to us. It's the same thing.
Now, we just had an interview with Kevin A., really smart guy, and he said that independent artists can spend $1 million and not get as far as somebody spending $100,000 on a major label. Why is that?
What is the record? Listen, let me tell you guys something. And ladies and gentlemen, listen to me very carefully. It's always about the music, period. You can spend $1 million. If the music is not right, it's not going to resonate. Make sure your music, make sure you have a dope beat. Make sure you have a great hook. Make sure you have content that people want to gravitate to as far as your lyrics and your verses and your ad-libs and all that type of stuff. It always comes down to the music. I don't care how much money you spend. Now, With the YouTube society now, you have an opportunity to shoot a video that presents the visual and tells your version of the story of your art, of the song that you made, right? That's why YouTube is so important. A lot of people still don't understand. Google Play has now turned into YouTube Music. There's a YouTube channel for your videos, and now there's YouTube Music, right? A lot of people still don't understand that. But YouTube is being aggressive about promoting YouTube Music and getting it out there. Also, you know, YouTube created the program, the official artist channel now, to where they connect your YouTube page, your YouTube topic generated page by YouTube automatically, and your YouTube Music page. So once you see that little music note next to an artist's names, that means it's now all been connected. You follow what I'm saying? So those are but again, those are the little things to where, and you want to know the crazy part, ladies and gentlemen?
Shoot.
You can Google it or you can YouTube it. It's
No,
all
that's
right
facts.
there.
That's facts. It's readily available.
It's readily available, but part of the problem is you have some people who don't have the retention level, which is cool. So they hire experts and professionals like myself, like yourself, like Max, who does all of the graphics and all the video stuff for Erica Banks. So
Shout out to Max Media.
everybody has their role, you know, and some people can adapt and learn it and retain the information. A lot of people can't. But like what you guys do is with the filming and the lights and the cameras, like, I could learn it, but it would take me a minute to learn it. You know what I'm saying? So I can absorb on how this works. Like this wasn't here the last time. Now this is here, and they're like, I'm like, okay, they didn't upgrade it since the last time I've been here, and I only been here like a month ago.
Invest in yourself.
That's right, you invest in yourself.
So there's a big wave of direct to consumer coming back. I'm starting to see a lot of underground artists just straight, you know, hey, come to the website, buy my album, and they're making more money than streaming. Do you think there's gonna be a shift to go back to direct to consumer, or do you think streaming is still going to be prevalent?
Well, it's all the same. It's all the same, and the reason it's the same, it's all about multiple impressions and multiple revenue streams. You follow what I'm saying? The music is the caveat to get out there. You're always going to have streaming. You're always going to have views on YouTube. You're always going to. It's all connected together. It's all one big puzzle. It's not just one thing. And that's what people got to get their head out of. Like, example, Erica Banks wasn't big on her Twitter at first, but that's where she went viral, on her Twitter.
There you go.
When she got those 4 million hits in 72 hours, it was, and then we found out, okay, her Twitter engagement and her Twitter audience is very engaged in her compared to her Instagram audience. You follow what I'm saying? So my point is, make sure you work on all your different platforms.
Man, before we get out of here, I just want to ask you one quick thing, man.
Sure.
There's probably some 12, 13-year-old artist or that's aspiring to be an artist that's watching this, and he doesn't know the first step as far as what to take. You know, of course, he hasn't recorded music before. Of course, he's going to have to find a studio and do this. But as far as to get your attention, what are things that an artist up and coming young, what should they start doing and focus on?
If you're 13, 14, 15, make sure you have a good team around you. And it's usually going to start with your parents. You know, that's someone you got to make sure your parents is going to be into to help you doing. Being in the music business is no different than going to soccer class, no different than going to karate class, no different than going to basketball practice. It's just that activity that they decide to do, you know. I'm glad that the music in the schools are starting to come back. With NARIS, the Grammys, they're doing a lot of activities to make sure that kids stay into music. You know, so again, if your parents are behind you, and then have your parents find different professionals like us that can help them navigate through the waters, because they're not going to understand it, and it's not for them to understand. We're all put on here to do different parts of the music business, like what you guys do. You guys are exposing my brand by having me on your channel. Yes, it's helping you build numbers for your channel, but it's also helping building my brand as well. Again, it's about the multiple impressions of all of us helping each other uplift, grow, and make each other successful.
Man, there you go, man. It's a mouthful right there, man, but a wealth of knowledge, man. I mean, just having these sessions is a blessing, man. Troy Marshall,
Yes, sir.
the OG, man, the original, man. I mean, velour suited down.
Hey, well, you gotta see, but here's a
getting money,
perfect
too.
example. This is Stunner Bam's new clothing line.
Okay,
Yeah,
but then boom.
we had our big 15-on-1 event on Friday in Houston, and I saw it. I said, man, your thing look hot. So Stunner goes over to the designer. He's like, yo, you need to make sure he got one because he big.
There you
And,
go.
When he posts it, a lot of people gonna come back to your website and come buy my fit. So
that-
give him his fit right now. And then I
Bam.
told him I would wear it tonight here to the thing so I can shine and gloss.
There you go.
I'm flossing and glossing right now.
We got him on Real Life Street Stars with it. So like he got a brick on him, looking like a fresh brick. Troy Marshall, man, you are a Real Life Street Star, man. We salute you, man, the long way, man.
Thank you,
Salute,
sir.
man.
Salute. All right.